Jordan, why don't you share your thoughts there? What is historic Protestantism from your perspective?
Gavin and I just had a long conversation about this. If you want to check that out on YouTube, give you a much longer answer there. But um, yeah, Protestantism, it is something that's kind of hard to define in a lot of ways. And when I think of myself, like where I fit, theologically, I do think of myself as a Lutheran first. But that is, I think, within a broader umbrella of movements that have some similar concerns that come out of the same kind of historical movement, though they do come out of that movement in different ways. I do think it's important as we're thinking about Protestantism to distinguish what I refer to usually as like a more of a classical Protestantism, which are really what are the roots of those really three traditions: the Reformed, really in some ways the Reformed and the Lutherans, and then the Anglicans kind of borrow from both of those traditions in some ways. Um, so really those three traditions, and then those who have historical roots there within those traditions, I would consider to be more classical Protestant. So when I think of, more of a Reformed Baptist, that's somebody who really comes out of the Reformed movement in some way. And I know people debate whether you should use the term Reformed to refer to a Baptist, but I think, you could trace a lineage and theological ideas and conclusions that do go back to the Reformation. So I think it's important to distinguish that from what you find in what you may consider kind of megachurch, pop evangelical Christianity, which doesn't really have those historical roots or ties. I mean, maybe somewhere Protestantism led to this or that. I certainly would reject the very common Roman Catholic characterization of Protestantism that I often hear that includes like, Mormons and Jehovah's Witnesses and other like Sedevacantist Roman Catholic sects, and everyone that's not under the papacy is a Protestant. So we've got to have some kind of definition that actually has some boundaries, or you just end up calling literally everybody a Protestant. So I don't think we want to do that. So generally, I'll say I'm defining Protestant pretty much as those three historic traditions, and then those traditions that kind of develop out of that.